Good afternoon everybody, I'm back on YouTube with a new style of video. Hopefully you might like the way I'm going to be doing this one, and it's going to be something I'm going to be putting in place for a long time to come, just to make sure you're happy and excited with what's coming out. I'm calling this Staying Alive. Look what's out in May, then we'll keep doing each month. This is for all the releases around the world that I'm excited for, and we'll take a look at some covers and see how it goes. Now, first, we always, as usual, we'll always start with America. What's out in the first week of May? Now, they have The Mask of Zorro coming out in 4K. Now, I like Antonio Banderas. Don't think I've seen any of his in 4K before anyway, so quite looking forward to that one. Should be quite a good picture on that one. Next, we have The Incredible Hulk 4K Steelbook. Now, that has already come out in the UK. There are still some left on Zavvi as of the time of filming, so if you really like it, go get it, son. That's all I can say. Then we have a strange one, Mandy, which was a good film with Nicolas Cage, is getting a steelbook release in America on the 5th as well. This film does look absolutely nuts. I've yet to see it. I really do want to see it, but I'd love to have it in a steelbook, really. One of my favourite films ever next is 47 Ronin. This is being released as a 4K steelbook in America. Beautiful artwork on this one, and you'll also be getting your normal 4K along with that as well. If we jump over to the UK on the same date, we're looking at the 5th. You've got 47 Ronin hitting us the same day. That's the 4K steelbook, but that is not coming. I don't see a release just normal 4K with that one. Maybe it's out already. I'll have to double check. We also have Gladiator 4K steelbook coming out. Beautiful artwork on this. It's been on pre-order for quite a while now. So they did announce that one quite a while way back, so it's probably sold out. Little Women, the remake for 2019 is actually out on the 5th as well. Have not seen that one yet. One that looks very weird to me, so it intrigues me, is The Man with the X-Ray Eyes. I'm sure that's one Kermit's Ghost will jump on straight away. Very weird looking cover, weird looking film in my opinion. But then we go over to Warner Brothers for 4 classic horrors that will be out on the 5th as well. We have Taste the Blood of Dracula, that's from 1970. We have Salem's Lot, and that is from 1979. We have The Haunting from 1963. And lastly, we have Dracula AD 1972. That's from 1972, believe it or not. Shocker, that, eh? They're all roughly between $7.99 and $9.99. It's just 4 budget ones. They've got like a paint effect to the covers, which I thought was quite cool. But not a bad week there for the UK. Germany's getting spoilt really on the their releases for this week are between the 1st and the 8th. So the dates are slightly off, but they're around the same first week of May as I would put it. Firstly, they're getting Xanadu on Blu-ray. I think it is out over here already, but that's a weird one. I just like saying the word Xanadu because there aren't that many X films that aren't porn, are there? So 47 Ronin in 4K steelbook, they'll be getting their own version of that as well. But one thing I'm really intrigued by, Law Abiding Citizen is getting a director's cut. Now I'm wondering how much more footage there will be, but it is a good film, so I'll have to investigate that one a bit further. Plus I am a fan of old Gerard Butler. They're finally getting hold of their Knives Out on the 5th of May as well. You're looking at a 4K steelbook, which is a Amazon Germany exclusive there, but they're also releasing a normal Blu-ray for that one as well. There's a good thriller with Helen Hunt called I See You. That's coming out with a very weird looking digibook cover, and it is also being released on Blu-ray as normal as well, but the digibook will freak you out. Just to look at the cover, you can see that. We also have Ali G in the House is getting a steelbook release. Why, I don't know, but it intrigues me. And an old Ridley Scott film, 1492. That was made back in 92, believe it or not. Gerard Depardieu. I think Sigourney Weaver's in it as well, actually. That's getting a release in Germany, sorry. And last, we have a digibook version of The Mask, not the Jim Carrey one, but the Cher one. Classic film. Eric Stoltz plays the son in this. It's actually quite a sad film. I think the digibook's actually quite cool on that one. Definitely worth a look. For the same week, we jump over to France. They have Mystery Men. Now, this is a weird ass film. Ben Stiller's very weird in it, but they're getting a steelbook treatment for that one. Looks quite cool. Don't know how much I would pay for something like that though. Next we have Reversal of Fortune. That's another one. Jeremy Irons. It's made in 1990, so a 30-year-old film now, but a very good collector's edition thriller, that one. 21 Bridges. Very split opinions on this one, but it's called Manhattan Lockdown in France for some reason, so there must be another film out there called 21 Bridges. So look for Manhattan Lockdown if you're in France. Incubus, there's a classic horror from 1982 that's getting a nice release, and a very cool cover it is too. And then we're getting the 1960 version of Little Shop of Horrors being released over there as well. Cool cover on that one as well. And finally they're getting their hands on the 4K version of Charlie's Angels, the new film. Of course they'll have the normal Blu-ray as well, as you can see. And believe it or not, in the same week they're going to be releasing Underwater, which is her other major film of last year. I still haven't seen that, and I really do want to. And lastly, we're going to hit Australia for the first week of May. They're finally getting their hands on the 4K Star Wars saga, so the entire box set. That's a JB Hi-Fi exclusive there. Richard Jewell's coming out. Now that is the one where the bomb went off at the Olympics and they blame the security guard, even though he's the one who saved people. It's directed by Clint Eastwood. Looks a very good film. Just Mercy, which is what's his face out of Creed. Not too sure about that one. It looks okay, but then we follow up with a good horror, which is The Grudge. I think the remake has been panned quite a bit, but I like the cover, the way that hand's coming out the back of the head, and I think I would give it a chance myself anyway. That's week 1 out of the way. Week 2, not looking too bad either. We jump back over to the US, and firstly we have the Criterion version of The Great Escape coming. Now I've never agreed with the prices that Criterion seem to charge people, but end of the day, what they put into these films is always top notch. I can't knock them for that. Prices suck ass, content's amazing. So I'm really looking forward to looking at that one. Next, they will be getting Bird of Prey. Now, there's a little rumour going around in the UK that it's going to be on E4 either the 1st or the 7th of May on E4. Still trying to find out if that's true. Let me know in the comments if you found out if it's true. So Bird of Prey, they will be getting the 4K steelbook. They will also be getting it in 4K, the normal Blu-ray as well, but there is also a nice Target exclusive one which looks more like the Real Comics covers that we had in the UK. I'm trying to collect all those, but there's so bloody many. I will get there in the end. Also, their Call of the Wild, this is the new Harrison Ford one, that will be out on the 2nd week. Coming out in normal Blu-ray as well. I haven't heard that much about it, except it has had some good reviews, so I will be looking out for that one. Fantasy Island, which seems to have suffered a fate worse than death because of the old, you know what, but that's being rushed to Blu-ray release by the look of it as well. And a beautiful Hunger Games steelbook set's coming out. Looks really nice, different to the UK ones. The UK ones are more symbols. This ones are more character based. Do look very nice, as you can see. Well, I just wish I could afford them, really. Then we jump back over to the UK for the 2nd week. The Boys season 1 has finally arrived with us. It seems like I've watched the trailers for this for so bloody long. Yeah, it's like superheroes that are just arseholes, basically, isn't it? So I do like the look of that, and I probably will try to pick that up. We finally get a hold of Jojo Rabbit, but unfortunately I don't see a 4K version coming out here. It is coming out, has come out in Australia. I think there was a German one, but why the hell haven't we got it? I don't know. But my mate cannot wait for Jojo Rabbit. An old classic one here, A Fistful of Dynamite from 1971. This is just nuts, this film. It's Rod Steiger and James Coburn. There's this fighting, explosions, all sorts of shit all over the place. That cover really puts the film in its place. It's really funny. It was made before I was born as well. So, and lastly, Swamp Thing, the first and was it only season in it, that arrives on the 2nd week as well. So the UK, not too bad a week really. In Germany, On the second week, there's nothing that blows my skirt up at all. It's all trash. There's nothing that I can say to you that will make you go, oh, I want that. There's no decent covers that I want to put up here or nothing. So we jump back over to France. Finally, they'll get their hands on the 4K 6 original Star Wars films. So they'll get The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and of course Return of the Jedi. Now I will just circulate the covers around my head because they are beautiful artwork covers, really need to be seen to be believed. This is why I really don't like the box sets that have come out. I'm going to attempt at some point in the year to get all of these singular from Australia, because the exchange rate of Australia right now means we mint it basically. It's going to be good for us. And they actually pick up Spies in Disguise as well. No 4K for that one, or 3D. I don't know if it is available in 3D, but they just seem to be getting a Blu-ray version of that. Another one that's really gone under the radar, but I actually think looks quite good. And lastly, we jump all the way back over to Australia, and the only thing that will blow your skirt up is they've got Birds of Prey coming out that week. They've got a 4K Steelbook, which is a JB Hi-Fi exclusive, so you'd have to go to that site to get it. And also they have a 4K and Blu-ray version, but they are both to be found on Amazon Australia. So for week 2, not looking too bad. Now there is obviously about 2.5 more weeks to go in May. I'm doing these as 2 separate videos because obviously it's a lot of information to take in. Hopefully you like the new style of how I've done this, so you can actually physically get your eyeballs on some covers and see what different artworks there are around the world as well. I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this. Please comment down below if there's anything you think I need to change. Give me some ideas. I'm really trying to get into this editing thing now. I'm going to be doing some videos showing my setup downstairs and a few other bits and bobs when I go out, hopefully, while I get more confident in the editing situation. Please let me know. This is the first video also that I've put onto a premiere, so this is going to premiere on Saturday morning, so we'll wait and see what happens. Take care now. Enjoy the rest of your week.